how about that intro? We used the bye week and we spiced some things up. Man, put in the production work. We put some of that advertising money that's been pumped into the league this year because of all the hard work that I've done. And look at us. We've got a fun 7-second intro to start our little Manager of the Week videos. Also, breaking news, we have new gear. I'm not wearing it because it's still relatively warm today, but look at this. Look at the new logo. You saw it in the intro. Look at that logo. Look at the shirt. Look at that. Oh, it gets better. Look at the back. What? You've got winners from all the years listed on the back. How cool is that? I'm honestly pretty proud of myself with this bad boy. So we'll get into details on that a little bit later. I think first and foremost, if you do want a shirt, let me know and send me some cash because it is a little bit more expensive with the long sleeve shirts. I can't just ship them out, okay? They're like 40 bucks a pop. So let me know, I can shoot you out. I think there's like navy blue, white, and gray. That may change based on what's available, but big times here at the GFL. Week 11 in the books, done. We're not doing Manager of the Week anymore. This is still like Manager of the Week, but it's kind of pointless to do Manager of the Week at this point. There's more important things going on. Week 11, we're coming down the home stretch. There's a lot to play for. There's a lot of swings going on at the moment. So we're just going to focus on that. Here is what happened last week in Week 11. And I got to say, no crazy matchups. Corey got a nice tight win over Bags. It stopped like a 7-game skid for him or something like that. 6-game skid for him. Big loss for Bags. Bags was one of the hottest teams in the league. Him going down was big to kind of congest things in the middle there. I got a big win over Derek. Derek picked a bad moment to have a bad week. Mitch, 176. I believe that is the most points scored in a week, and he couldn't have picked a better time to do it because I'll show you the standings in a little bit, but him scoring 176 points really has made things interesting. Joe caught the short end of the stick there. You got Kevin in the Battle of the Dresslers coming out on top over Michael. Michael's kind of fluctuating. He's kind of grasping at straws at the moment. He needs to find his footing fast or he might be in trouble. And then Chase got a big win over Dan, who is throwing out some mixed results of late. So that's what happened week 11. Let's dive into the standings, throw them up there. Standings presented by Frank's Red Hot. That's because it is hot and heavy at the moment coming down the stretch. Shout out to Frank's Red Hot for jumping on board down the stretch. Screw you, Subway. We don't want to go to Subway anymore because they bailed. So also, by the way, Manager of the Week video. This is still the Manager of the Week video. We're not rebranding that. It is presented by Hims. Get yourself 60% at checkout. What Schnee? Put Schnee in. You know the drill. I don't need to tell you. I'm stumbling all over the place. Whatever. As you can tell, I use it for my hair. I get it from the hair. I saw Michael's thick hair a couple weeks ago, so I figured I'd take it, and my hair is looking better than ever. My wife says so. But here's the standings. Basically, we're gonna focus on the middle portion of the standings. So at the top, you've got me and Kevin. We're in pretty good shape. I actually have clinched a playoff spot. I've punched my ticket to the show. Kevin's in a pretty good spot too. And then at the bottom, Dan and Corey have kind of. I'm almost to the point to where I am crossing them off. I mean, they could get hot these next couple of weeks, but based on how they've played recently and throughout the season, I don't see that happening. So Dan and Corey, start preparing your JT playoff futures because that appears to be the case for you guys. So basically from rank 3 to rank 8, we have chaos. 6 teams that could, in theory, be in the playoffs or could be in the JT playoffs. And I wanted to focus on Chase, Michael, and Joe because they're the key ones here. And this is the interesting thing about it. You've got those 3 teams that are sitting 6 and 5 and are in that safe spot of 5th and above to automatically qualify for the playoffs. Now, if one or multiple of those teams fall, and then Mitch, Bags, Derek jump up, those 3 there all have more points than the 3 above them. So right now, the amount of variables that we could go through on a given week or basically throughout the season are countless. But I think there's a very real possibility that if one or two of those teams sitting at 6, 7, or 8, so Mitch, Bags, and Derek, get hot, get some wins, catch one of those or multiple of those teams above them, now we've got ourselves a really interesting case in which Chase, Michael, and Joe could be on the hot seat and could be in danger of missing out on the playoffs right now, even though they are all above 500 right now, which is very, very interesting. So it's more important than ever to not only win, but to also score a lot of points, because as you can see from Mitch dropped 176 points this week, and he is now vaulted above all of those teams in the 3 to 8 range, which puts him in a spot to qualify for the playoffs. So that is fascinating to me. So it's going to be a fun final 3 weeks here. We've got week 12, week 13, week 14, and then we've got ourselves the playoffs. So score some points, get some wins. If Chase, Mike, and Joe continue to win or can continue to stay there, stay the course, then they're going to be in good shape. Now, I will say their points are actually not too bad. All of these teams are within about a 60-point range right now. Joe being the lowest of all of those, and then obviously Mitch being the highest. So there's about 60, 70 points in between those two. So everybody's still pretty congested. So all those 3 teams, Chase, Mike, and Joe, could score a lot of points and could put themselves in a better or more advantageous position going into the playoffs. So, man, I feel like I'm talking a million miles a minute right now, but I'm pumped. I'm jacked. This is when the times get real. So lock in. These next couple weeks are going to be awesome. So let's move to this week. Now, there are 2 games that I have circled, and we've got 2 matchups with those 6 teams that I highlighted recently in the standings. Michael taking on Mitch and Joe taking on Derek. Huge matchups, huge implications in these matchups. Also, bye weeks galore this week, so teams are just throwing players out there that they haven't had, plucking guys off the waiver wire, throwing them in there and hoping for the best. This is when things get fun. Michael and Mitch is a great matchup. This one has all the implications that I've laid out before. If Mitch wins, he jumps Michael 100%. He jumps Michael, he's in the playoff picture. If Michael wins, then he basically puts himself in a really, really good spot to qualify for the playoffs and be in a safe spot for that. Now, if they put up boatloads of points and all that stuff, that could, add a little wrench into the equation too. If they don't score a lot of points also, that could throw a little wrench in the equation. But that's a big one there. And then Joe and Derek, a battle of just, if you can tell from the shirt. Let's see. I've got all the titles here. Derek has 2 titles. Joe has 3. So 5 Schnee titles between these 2, and they're battling it out. Derek has a lot of bye weeks this week. Joe, I think, has a decent amount of bye weeks this week as well. They are 2 games apart from each other, but Derek has a pretty big point advantage on Joe. So if Derek can get a good big win here, or even if he can score a lot of points, I think for Derek it's almost more important to score more points than it is to win. But if he wins, then that causes Joe to kind of cycle down the rankings most likely. Mitch would then jump him if he beats Michael. The variables there are countless. So these 2 are the 2 matchups that I am keeping my eye on this week, because there are a lot of fun implications with those. So there you go. That's the Manager Week. We got a new intro. We got a new shirt, new gear. Also, whoever wins the GFL, I think moving forward, this shirt will be sent to you for free. So you're gonna get the trophy, but you're also gonna get a shirt, and I'm gonna add, as you can see from the shirt, the last year, 2024, is empty. So your name could go there if you win. So you get a nice customizable shirt for that. We're doing big things here at the GFL, and it is fun. I'm having a fun time this year. Year 14, we are down the stretch. So lock in. Put your best foot forward and hope for the best. That's all you can do. But that's it. That's all I got. This is the Man of the Week presented by Hims. Big shout out to Frank's Red Hot for sponsoring the standings. And yeah, I'm out. Have fun, y'all.